Hello, welcome to the channel and welcome back to Resurwreck Autos HQ. So guys, today we are going to continue with the little Fiat 500 automatic. We've still got some bits and pieces to do on the front end. We can put the headlights in, little things like that, little bits and pieces, just messing around just for an hour quick. And then I'm going to spin it round and then we'll have a good go at doing this rear end with the porta power push out thing. Yeah, hydraulic ram that pushes the boot back out. So we're going to be doing that today as well. So yeah, we'll just have to see how much we can get done. Yeah, and what we can sort out on this car today. So let's go for it. I'll set you up. It is cold one this morning, so I'm just waiting for it to heat up a little bit in the workshop. Yeah, let's do this. Right, okay. Look at that. Yeah, didn't tell you about the bonnet, did I? A little bit of a surprise. Also, I have got a bumper over here as well. So, yeah, the only difference for these two bumpers is going to be is I've got to swap the grills over, the lower grills, that one to that one. I've actually only got to swap the two end spotlights actually, rather than the centre grille as well. And then I'll keep the centre grille as a spare. So the only difference is going to be these chrome whiskers is on this one. But I think I'm going to leave it with those chrome whiskers on and just replace the bottom grille. So yeah, that's going to be in the next part. And then we can get that bumper fitted to see what the colour match is like when it comes to this car. But the colour match from the bonnet to the wing is, I'll tell you what, spot on. Like really, really good. I had a funny feeling I had to get the bonnet, the bumper and the rear bumper resprayed, but the actual bonnet is come out really, really well. Like that is a really good match. You can see it's really weird, this colour. Again, it's showing in camera, because I'm looking at it in camera and in person. In camera, that looks a little bit different shade to that, but it's not, guys. I trust me, that is the same colour as that in the flesh. But when it comes to the camera, it's actually showing it a little bit different. I don't know if it's because it's in. I'm in the. I'm down here and it's got a little bit of a yeah, a little bit of shaded area. I don't know, but Trust me, that is absolutely great colour. I'm not going to paint that, because what will happen is I'll get that painted. It will probably come out a little bit worse because it'll be new paint. So, yeah, a good used condition bonnet. I cleaned the other side, you saw that, and I just fitted it on. Headlights look really, really good. All the slam panel, crush bar, everything's been fitted on correctly. It's in a great position as well, the bonnet, because I've managed to sort of just line everything up and marked it. So when I knew I was going to take it off and take it on, it was in the correct position. So let me just open it up. Just, you know, it all of a sudden, boom, I think it just went really quick. Everything just went all back together. So, yeah, fingers crossed. We're going to get this bumper on and see what that looks like. Once that I've got those parts swapped over, give the bumper a clean, get the bumper on in place. If everything's okay and the colour match is good, I'm going to take the wheels back off, jack the car up, put the wheel arch liners in place, both sides, bumper back on, wheels back on, and then that'll be the front end complete. But that's if that colour is a good match to the rest of the car. We have got the bonnet and that bumper come off the same car, but because being plastic, it might be a little bit different. But we're gonna have a look. We're gonna check. So that's the next part. Let's crack on, guys. I'll set you back up. Let's sort this bumper out and get that on. Let's do this. Right, okay, guys, what do we think? Do you know what? That actually looks really, really good. It's slightly different. It's worse on camera than it is in real life, I've got to be honest. Looking at it face to face, it actually looks pretty good. It is plastic bumper, so you're always going to get a little bit of a shade difference when it comes to these, especially these Fiat 500s. On most cars, really. So yeah, white seems to be the worst. Black sort of don't seem to sort of matter too much. You don't really get it on the black ones, but on the white ones, it's because it's black plastic and it's it's faded or whatever. So, but I think that's passable. I've got to be honest. I'm going to leave it as it is. It looks worse on camera, guys. Trust me, it don't look that bad when I'm looking at it now. So. Yeah, I think that's a passable shade to go with. I haven't got to get that bumper resprayed. I've only got to get the rear bumper that's definitely got to be repainted, the rear one. But I think the front one, we're going to be all right. Like I said to you before, this did come out the same car. So this bonnet and bumper come off the same car. So, and it does look good when you look at it like this. So, yeah, and I think if I take this to the paint shop and get them to spray it, it'd actually look worse. Not because the painter's bad, because it's new paint. And when you're going for new paint, it's really hard to get a good a good match, because you're doing a new paint against old paint, and it's just, you know, it's just a nightmare. But I think that's going to be, once I've cleaned it up better right through, and obviously give it a polish as well, I can run over the polisher over the bumper and the bonnet. I do think that's good. I think that's going to be all right. I think that's passable. See, look, on this side, in camera, that actually looks quite horrific, but it's not. Trust me, it is not. When I'm looking at it now, it's not that bad. It's really deceiving. The camera is not showing really this this good match, I've got to be honest. But yeah, it is what it is. Trust me, guys. If this wasn't right and I wasn't happy with it, it's going to the paint shop. Do you know that? But in this case, I think it's going to be all right. I really need to clean it, polish the bumper, like I said, and then have a good look at it. But I think, yeah, by going past experiences and past, you know, bumpers and colours and matches and all that, you know, I think that's all right. I think we're going to get. I think we're going to be all right with this one. So yeah, we're going to move on. I want to check the lights to make sure that the spotlights at the front are working. Sorry, not matching. But you can see the only difference now in this bumper compared to the original one are those chrome lashes. That's it. Just those two. Those two there at the top, they should be there. They was there on the original one. It's just those two chrome ones. But I think that's all right. You know what I mean? It's not exactly like the original one, but I think that's okay. It gives it a little bit of chrome here, a little bit of chrome up there. The door handles are chrome, so you've got to have a little bit. And we've obviously got the right, correct bottom section, obviously for the spotlights, because it's a sport version, this one. So yeah, I'll check the lights, make sure they work, and I'll check the DLRs as well, make sure they're working. And then we will move on. Probably make sure the bumper is completely fitted and buttoned up with the bolts, because there's no bolts at the minute. I've just put it in place to check. Bolt it all up. Take the wheels off. Wheel arch liners, both sides. Wheels back on. And that is the front complete. So, and then we can spin the car around and we can have another look. We can have a good look at the back end now after this. So, but yeah. Just before I do, guys, I just want to quickly, big shout out to one of my subscribers. David Kemp messaged me last night and said that he's got a good friend of his, friend of the family, really close friend of the family's, might be interested in this car because it's an automatic and it's a 1.2 petrol for their son's first car. Birthday present. It's coming up, I think. They live in Malta, or come from Malta, and they're driving from Birmingham to Malta this morning. They're going to try and pop in and see me, just so they can have a look at the car in the flesh and make a decision from there, really. So, but I just want to quickly shout out to David Kemp, because you know, without him messaging me and watching me what I'm doing, you wouldn't know this was, you know, what I'm doing. So basically, what he's saying is that, you know, I show everything, show all the repairs, I show all the servicing, the timing belt, the water pump. I show everything step by step, so you know exactly what you're getting. You can go to a car dealership and you don't know what's been done to it, because at the end of the day, if it's a second-hand car, it's a second-hand car, but you don't know what's been done to it. Who's gone over it? Who's checked it? Who's looked at it? Nothing. Well, I'm showing what I'm doing. So yeah, big shout out to David for that. And I'll hopefully see him later, but I'll let you know how that goes and if they want to go ahead with it. But yeah, it's not quite finished yet. We have got some work to do on it, so I will say that to him. We're not quite finished. But you know, guys, I like to go over it, clean the inside, you know, make sure it's all tidy, MOT, no advisories. That's all got to be done as well before I'll let this go, and I'm happy to let it go. So, but I will keep you updated and let you know how this goes. But yeah, let's get set back up, guys. Let's crack on. Let's do this. Right, okay, guys, so much better. I've checked all the lights, all the bulbs, everything works as it should. Obviously, this is pre-MOT checks as well. I'm doing all these bits and pieces just for the MOT as well, because we've got to get that done in a few days. But front end, we're completely done with it, apart from a clean. I've taken off the number plate as well, but it just needs a good clean. And then, yeah, we can now spin it around, and we can now concentrate on the rear and the inside as well. So let's do that. I'll spin it round, I'll stick it over here, and then we're going to get set straight up and have a good go at pushing that rear tub out on the back. It's going to be pretty quick. I can't imagine that. It's really quite flimsy, that tub at the bottom, so it's not going to take much to push that back out, I'm sure. So let's get spun around, and let's crack on now with the rear end. Let's do this. Right, okay, guys, that did not take long at all, I've got to be honest. It didn't take much pushing that out, just a few times, in and out, a few times in the correct positions. I was moving it around a little bit, just down here, just sort of making sure I got the curves and obviously pushed out where I need to push out. I have checked the rear of the black Fiat 500. I've got parked outside the front over there. To make sure that obviously was the same as well, and it is. So I think we are good to go there. So now, obviously, I've got to get the rear crash bar fitted, and we've got to make sure there's no sort of like friction between getting it on and getting it off. So if I show you, it sort of just slips over there, and then it just slips over there. So like it is so loose. It's right exact position where it should be. So the only other thing I've got to try is the boot. I tried it a couple of times to check to make sure obviously it's shutting. So it wasn't shutting correctly before, but even if I just let it go there, shut straight away. So that is exactly how it should be. So now that is spot on. Absolutely perfect, that is now. So all I've got to do is put the crash bar, connect that back up, put the bolts back on, do that back up, and then it's a case of wait for the bumper to be resprayed. I've already taken the bumper to the paint shop. He's got that, but he ain't going to be able to do it until, well, I'll probably get it. Today's Wednesday. I'll probably get it back Friday, he reckons. So, yeah, a couple of days. But I just wanted to make sure all the other bits and pieces were done. Just basically do as much as we can whilst we wait for that to turn up. I suppose we could... can we? I suppose we can, yeah. I suppose we can put all the inside back in as well. Spare wheel, put all that back in place, put it all back in, because we've kind of finished on the back end now, inside here. So all these bits and pieces, these carpets, it can all go back into position, because we've only got to put the bumper on and the headlights get fixed from the outside here and here. So we haven't even got to get behind there for any wiring stuff, anything like that problem. So, yeah, let's crack on, guys, and start putting this all back together. But let's start with the crash bar first. But, Yeah, great job. Honestly, I knew it was going to be like that because it's quite flimsy at the bottom. When it comes to the top part, it's a bit sturdier, you know, because it's double skinned. It's like a box section on the top here. But that wasn't hit or touched or dented or knocked. It was just this bottom bit here. And as you can see, yeah, it's much, much better. So let's continue. Let's do this. Right, okay, guys, there we go. All back together. Everything's been put back in place. All the trims, all the carpets, everything's been put in. All the spare wheel and tools have been put back in place as it should, and as it was. Got the parcel shelf there, a little bit of a parcel shelf anyway. Put the carpets back in place. Crash bar back on and tightened up, so that's done. So now really all we're doing is, for the rear end, is waiting for the bumper. And once the bumper turns up, get that fitted, do a bit of cleaning on the inside, the seats, on the carpets, and clean it all up basically. Put the lights back in, put the number plates back on. Still waiting for the logbook on this one. I have sent away for it, the logbook. I'm just waiting for DV later to come back to me with it. And then we can get the number plates made up and then get them fitted. And then it's MOT. So, yeah, not long, really. This one shouldn't take that long now. And I've been checking this car and looking around it. Even the seals on this is so clean. There's no rust at all on this car. It's a really nice, clean car. Just makes me wonder if someone's been garaging this, left it in a garage, not outside, because it hasn't got the usual rust areas where you find them on this sort of year car, Fiat 500. But yeah, it's just going to be a great little car for someone. I just want to make sure that the MOT doesn't come up with anything. Obviously, if we do get any advisories on the MOT, guys, you know that I'm going to do them anyway. Do you know what I mean? So it don't really matter. If it does come up with anything, I'll do it. I've checked tyres, brakes. It does seem okay. Does seem a good little car for someone. So, yeah, there you go. That's all I can do. I've got nothing else to do, really, I've got to be honest. So I'm going to leave it there. That's going to be the end of today's video. Like I said, someone is coming to have a look at this car today, and I'll let you know in the next video what happened, and if they want it, basically. Can't have it yet, obviously, because it ain't finished completely, but we are close. So I will let you know what happens with that. But that's it, guys. That's the end of today's video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, drop me a comment. Let me know what you think. Give the video a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Take care. See you soon.